Very diverse. 9 different states, 4 different countries, and 1 player from Pennsylvania. That's it. Canada, Netherlands, Latvia, and Senegal. That's where Mamadou Dot is from. And that's the age we live in college basketball, Steve. They'll find you anywhere.
Frequent flyer miles.
Sean Johnson has 11 of Duquesne's last 16 points. And he's made this a 7-point game.
When you're looking at really the lone senior that's given you any production, you got a lot of underclassmen you have to take over, especially on the road.
Here's Freddie Riley trying to answer with a tough shot. It's off the side of the rim, misdirected by Marhold. Coulter leaves it for Ponteflet for 3, no good. And Williams pulls the ball off the floor. Vincent got some space, and he got a nice bounce off the glass.
I don't think there's a guy in the A-10 that uses a backboard better than Vincent. Really does a nice job of taking what the defense gives him.
You want to talk about a lost art.
Oh, I love that, though. I always say when you're struggling with your shot, find the little box up there. It's up there for a reason.
4 minutes gone by in the second half. 51-42 the score. 9-point lead for UMass. It was a 14-point lead at the half. Here's Johnson for 3. He's fouled, and you can count it. Chaz Williams called for the foul, and Johnson will go to the line to try to finish off a 4-point play.
That is just unbelievable. That's when you know you're on fire. And Chaz Williams tried to get out there quick, but it was a mismatch. Johnson throwing up the 3 ball.
21 points for Sean Johnson. He'll get a free throw when we return. Duquesne down by 6. They're turning to their senior to get back into this ball game.
The road is filled with surprises. Make sure you see them. See farther, wider, better. Upgrade to Silver Star Ultra headlights from Sylvania.
We didn't always watch football at Buffalo Wild Wings. Let's do this. Oh.
Protect the football. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
Help kick off the Pepsi Super Bowl 47 halftime show. Submit your picture, and millions of people could see you welcome Beyonce in the world's first crowdsourced halftime intro. Upload your photo at Pepsi.com.
You know my heart burns for you.
I'm up next, but now I'm singing the heartburn blues.
Hold on, Prilosec isn't for fast relief. Cue up Alka-Seltzer. It stops heartburn fast.
Oh, what a relief it is.
Seatbelts, headrests, and airbags help you survive a crash. But if you upgrade your headlights, you may even avoid one. See farther, wider, better. Silver Star Ultra headlights from Sylvania.
Well, we got ourselves a ball game. 51-45, UMass on top. 15:50 to play here in the second half. Sean Johnson will get a free throw when we get back. Steve, break this play down for us.
What they're trying to do, they want to make sure. Here's Chaz Williams. He's going to go in the lane like this. You have to make sure that you cut in the lane and you make sure he does something else. So watch, roll it through. You see how Coulter stops the ball, but everybody's helping out. And then they make Chaz Williams do something other than get in the lane. And Tom, when the guy's averaging, 15 points and 7 assists, he's going to have the ball in his hands. He makes good things happen. You cut off the head, the body dies, and that's what you have to do in that lane.
Well, he's had a good night, but this guy's had even a better night. Sean Johnson, 25 points with that made free throw. That matches a season high for a Duke. Coulter scored 25 twice earlier this year, and now it's a 5-point ball game. It was 14 at the half. Here's Williams. Riley better be ready for that pass. Raises off the front of the rim. And, well, how about this? You see the three-point shooting's getting closer because of Sean Johnson. Here's Jones for 3, no good.
The problem for Duquesne is that the only guy that is scoring right now is Johnson.
Right. And talking about jump stop, that is the perfect executed jump stop by Chaz Williams.
Duquesne has got to get somebody else that's going to be able to get some offensive efficiency. Coulter and Johnson carrying the load. That is amazing how he can stop like that. He's so quick. Chaz Williams, very, very quick with the ball.
Coulter left side of the lane. Jones back to Coulter, stops and launches, no good. Esho with the rebound. Well, now UMass has got the tempo the way they want it. Vincent for Riley. There's Vincent on the catch and shot. Marhold with the board.
That was a nice box out by Marhold, keeping Esho off the boards.
I think Jones is a little gun shy on that three, even though he was open for a moment.
You know, when you got Esho, he's so long, it's scary because he accelerates when he's going out to block that shot. That's why I think you have to have some dribble drive action. Marhold's open down low, and he's got Freddie Riley on him.
Johnson into the paint, tough shot, and he'll go to the line for two. I was just going to ask you, Johnson's now being covered by Chaz Williams as Carter's called for the foul. Johnson's covered by Chaz Williams. As good a player as Williams is, do you think about posting up Sean Johnson maybe once or twice just to use that size advantage?
Well, I think that's what you have to do. You know, Williams only has 2 fouls. He's very crafty, even though he's a small guy. He uses his body, his lower body, so well to get guys from box or posting him up. But I like what Johnson did. He's continuing to be aggressive at the basket.
First shot is good, 53-47. Caddy Lillane in the ball game. Samson Carter out of the game. First time this half for Caddy Lillane. And Johnson has 27 points.
He's been efficient. I mean, he is not making many mistakes on the offensive end.
No, he's engaged. You know, he's engaged in the game. I asked him today about the shooting background here at the Mullins Center. And he's played here before. He said, you know, I never really thought about it. He goes, it's not the background as much as it is the lighting. When you look up, the lights are so bright here at the Mullins Center.
So I guess both of us, I bet you a hot fudge sundae that he would say, I didn't really notice it. But you also bet me a hot fudge sundae that it would be the lights. So I think that was a draw. We'll split a hot fudge.
I'm fine with getting a hot fudge sundae, even if I have to pay for it. 53-48 the score. UMass with the ball. Fresh 35. Vincent into the paint. Boy, Esho had an opening from about 16. Decided to drive in, and the dual tip by Caddy Lillane, and it finally goes down.
Another second chance basket. Lillane and Vincent really working the board strong.
Williams nearly had a steal. Coulter, maybe an inch or two taller, was able to get it out of the air.
Well, they have Coulter at 5'11", and they have Chaz Williams at 5'9", and they're both lying. I think it's 5'7", 5'8".
Don't we all, though, right?
Well, I think they play like they're 6'9".
Williams called for the foul on that one.
Well, you see, Esho had a couple wide open shots, took a little bit too deep in the paint, but you'll see Vincent and Esho battling inside, along with Lillane.
Here's Johnson, forced a shot, blocked. Lillane with the rebound. Johnson now 10 of 13 from the floor. The rest of the Dukes 8 for 27. Here's Esho. All else fails, just get it back into the hands of Chaz Williams. Williams launches, shot no good. Dot with the rebound.
Watching UMass, they bring the ball down so quick that it just seems like they should be running out of shot clock. And you look up and there's still 25 seconds left because they push the ball in the front court very, very quickly. It's important Sean Johnson uses how good he's been shooting the ball to get other guys open. Because you know that everybody's going to focus on him because he has been the offense for the Dukes.
Winters sets the screen for him. Shot clock winding down. Winters lets it fly. It's good!
Exactly what you want to do. You need some other people helping out and contributing on the offensive end. Good defense by Riley on Johnson.
Well, now Duquesne is within 1-3 of matching UMass's total for the night. Now, what was a 14-point game is now a 6-point ball game after the basket from Williams.
Boy, Williams got right into the lane. That's a mortal sin. You do not want to let the little guy get in there because he does damage. Got straight to the rim and went around three players.
57-51, a 6-point UMass lead. Coulter with a crossover. He'll head to the basket, and it's good.
Same thing there. Great drive again. by Coulter. No help inside by UMass defense.
And Jones has the ball knocked out of bounds off of the fingertips of Caddy Lillard. Timeout on the floor. It's a 4-point game. Chaz Williams' team was up by 14, and now they'll give the ball back to Duquesne when we return. 18 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, and 4 steals. This guy can take over a game at any moment. The only problem is that Sean Johnson can for Duquesne.
Help kick off the Pepsi Super Bowl 47 halftime show. Submit your picture, and millions of people could see you welcome Beyonce in the world's first crowdsourced halftime intro. Upload your photo at Pepsi.com.
It's time to pursue our dreams, to chase what we believe in. It's time to work, to give it our very all and not give up. American Family Insurance believes your dreams deserve the best protection. That's why we're committed to being there for you every step of the way.
Yeah, everybody having fun in the Mullins Center. 4-point lead by the Minutemen, but Chaz Williams is a guy that everybody focuses on. You look right here. This is the lane to the basket. This guy and this guy have to try to clog that lane up down there. You're pushing the offensive man, Chaz Williams, over to the right, but look, nobody helps pick up Chaz Williams, the smallest guy on the court, goes straight to the rim unimpeded, and gets another 2 points, 18 points for Chaz Williams. And that is unacceptable, especially because they're gearing their defense to keep him out of that lane.
Well, you see points in the paint. You said that was going to be a big factor tonight. Are you okay with that number, that Duquesne is only down 4 with points in the paint, particularly where they were in the first half?
I really am, and I think that if they had a couple more box outs, if they can win the rebounding battle of this game, and we talked to Coach Ferry about it, they can win this game. Now for UMass, I think they have to get Vincent more involved in the game, and the lane more involved in the game to exploit their height against Duquesne.
Sean Johnson is on the bench right now. He, of course, is the leading scorer for Winters, who just made a 3, nearly had another one. Nice box out by Carter. Good space, used his body perfectly. Now he's against Jerry Jones. Low and Steve Wolf, I'm Tom McCarthy, live from the Mullins Center here on the campus of UMass. Duquesne in the road blue, UMass in the home white. A little high-low. It'll work beautifully because there is a size advantage right now for UMass.
You have to exploit that if you're UMass, because you have the bigger players, and also you got guys that can score in that block.
Now Mike Stevens just asked for time. I don't know if there was a shot clock issue or if there's something else. Well, it is something else. This will give Sean Johnson a chance to come into the game. And you see Sean Johnson, 27 points. The rest of the team, 26. And Mike Stevens, I don't think, is happy with one of the spectators who was here courtside. And he was not afraid to walk over and point him out to the members of security.
Well, there's rules and regulations at press row. You're not supposed to be rooting for the team. You're supposed to be sitting here. I don't know if that was a fan or it was a press member.
Johnson for 3, no good. The rebound by Carter. He'll run the floor, stolen by Johnson. 3-on-1 with Williams, and Johnson gets position and lays it in. 59-55. But UMass could answer in a blink of an eye. They're unable to. Esho with the rebound on the offensive end.
Well, Duquesne had the numbers and couldn't pull the rebound down. Now Chaz Williams needs to set this thing up and get some offense going. for UMass.
Williams will crossover, got himself free for a 2-point field goal.
Sean Johnson, Chaz Williams show.
It really is. On so many fronts, you think about it. Chaz Williams is 18. Sean Johnson is 29, which is a career high.
You know, I really believe that end of the first half, the shot by Coulter got Duquesne feeling a little bit better about themselves. The second half has been clearly different than the first for the Duquesne Dukes.
Winters, little dribble drive, little distribution. Jones for three, no good. Rebound for Duquesne. Johnson finds the other Jones for three, and it's good.
Tell you what, these young guns, they do not look twice before they shoot that jump shot. I mean, Winters and Jones, Coulter just throwing it up. Good shooters.
9:12 to play. Williams will get a couple free throws.
That's his third.
That's what I like about Williams. You know, somebody hits a three on you, he doesn't worry. He gets back up court, puts a lot of pressure on the defense, how quickly he gets the ball down court.
Chaz Williams, one of 3 scores in double digits. For the 5th time this year, he's at 20 points. Make it 21. Well, we've been talking about Chaz Williams all night long. The transfer from Hofstra. He is on the Bob Cousy Award watch list, averaging just under 16 points per game, and he's 7th in college basketball in assists per game, 1st in the A-10. And he made one and missed one as Sean Johnson gets the rebound.
Big opportunity for Duquesne to cut the lead to 2 or even 1.
Well, they get the offensive board again. They've done the better job with that in the second half. These second chance opportunities are huge.
That's 3 straight possessions where they've had at least 1 offensive rebound, keeping the possession alive, and then they had the steal by Johnson after the long shot.
Well, you're right. Winters is not afraid to fire. That one off the front of the rim. He's missed his last couple of threes.
My type of guy.
Here's Williams. Baseline finds Esho, and he's fouled, so he'll get a couple of free throws. How he knew Esho was there, I don't know.
But you have to stop him. If he gets in that lane, it's so hard to stop. As soon as he gets in the lanes, it's bad news. You don't want to have that. You know, take the arsenic pill. He's already in there. He sees people cutting. Where's Esho come from? And once again, Chaz Williams in that lane. And that's why Coach Ferry said that their whole goal on defensively is pushing him to the outside. It's easier said than done, isn't it?
Easier said than done on so many fronts. Lane is out. Carter's out. Winters leaves for Duquesne. Ponteflet is back in for the Dukes. 63-58. UMass comes in 1-1 in the Atlantic 10. Duquesne 0-2. Handful of teams are still winless in the Atlantic 10. The most surprising of those teams, probably the Dayton Flyers. Ponteflet has Barhold with a left-handed slam.
Great drive by Ponteflet. Well, you know, you talk about UD Flyers, but they've also played, the 2 losses are to top 20 teams in Butler and VCU. And then they had a tough one on the road at LaSalle last night.
Yeah, LaSalle played great last night. Offensive foul called on Maxi Esho.
When you look at this UMass team, in order for them to get over the hump, we've talked about their injuries, Raphael Putney has got to do a little bit better job on the offensive end. You see Esho going to Ponteflet, getting the offensive foul, but Putney has really been non-existent, and he's a guy that's got the frame, he's got the skills to be able to take over a game, but he's lacking the confidence right now. And it hurts UMass on the offensive end.
Well, this is a 1-possession game. Ponteflet for 3. It's short. And Lane with the rebound. Williams finds Putney. A little spin move and a finger roll.
That was a smart play, too, by Putney. Just under control. Instead of trying to dunk it, just laid it in. You can see the wheels turning. He's trying. He's out here early. They need to get some offensive production because he's a guy that can help them a lot, especially with his skill set.
Any thought of going to the 1-2-2 zone that UMass has with Putney up top defensively?
I think that right now, I think they're more concerned. Did you see that great drive by Coulter? Nice offhand, left-handed layup. They may go to it. I think they go. If they do, They go under 5 minutes, really, to shut down the end of the game.
Well, we're at 7 minutes left here in the second half. Duquesne trying to end a 4-game losing streak and pick up their first win in the A-10. Well, there's Vincent kissing it off the glass again.
Looked like Easy Ed McCauley or Bob Pettit. One of those old guys using the backboard. I love that.
All right, why don't you come to this generation? How about Tim Duncan?
Yeah, Tim Duncan does it.
67-62.
We'll hop in a step now with UMass, extending the defense.
Coulter heading to the basket. Boy, he got a really good shot off, even though he went through 3 guys. Here's Riley. He'll stop and try a 3. Good! Splashdown for Freddie Riley.
Most guys sit there and take a fast break and go down and try to take it all the way to the basket. He wasn't even looking at that lane. He pulls up. That's a 5th time this season. Riley's had double-figure scoring. But you'll see the rebound, the quick outlet by Vincent. Freddie Riley to seize that line. He's rhythm. It didn't touch anything.
Freddie Riley now with 12 points. That means that UMass has 4 scores in double digits. We're going to talk about mixing up the offense. It's now an 8-point game, 70-62. UMass has won 18 of the last 20 home games. So this has been a nice home court advantage. This facility, which was built and opened in 1993. The guy that really laid the foundation for this building is going to be honored this weekend when his number 21 is retired here at UMass, and that's Marcus Camby.
He's over in London. He's hurt right now, bad foot, but they said that he'll be back for the game on Saturday. It's supposed to be a sellout crowd.
Yeah, Derek Kellogg, the head coach, was one of Camby's teammates here at UMass, and he is instrumental in getting him back to Amherst. The A-10 Freshman of the Year, the Wooden Award winner for the best player in college basketball, the 2nd overall pick. You knew it.
Yep.
By the Toronto Raptors, and he's playing in his 19th NBA year.
That's unbelievable, though. 19 years. We're talking about Lou.
Just says that you're getting old.
Wow, we are getting old. Remember those days.
Well, he didn't play today, as you said, but the Knicks earlier today in London, 102-87. They led pretty much that whole way against your dad's Detroit Pistons.
That's right.
Steve's dad was a coach with the Detroit Pistons at one time.
Dave DeBusschere, Bob Ferry, all those guys. You know, it's interesting. Right now, it's so important for Duquesne to take care of the basketball and not have empty possession because they don't want to give UMass a chance to get the lead back up. As you see a turnover to 10 points.
Give Duquesne some credit. They haven't turned the ball over that often in the second half. Part of the reason why is that Sean Johnson has been in control. He's been the story for Duquesne. Chaz Williams, though, has been the story for the UMass Minutemen. Sean Johnson has been on fuego in the second half. Unfortunately for Johnson is that Chaz Williams, he's been smoking all night long.
Get ready for a 4-day weekend of college hoops action. The 2013 Buick Atlantic 10 Men's Basketball Championships is heading to Barclays Center. Don't miss the excitement from March 14th through the 17th. Get the best seats and the best deals now. Single session tickets start at just $25, or purchase all session tickets starting at $125 to see all 12 games. Atlantic 10 tickets now on sale at the American Express box office at Barclays Center or Ticketmaster.com.
Find it? All right, another one just like that. Right in the old bucket. Good toss. See, that's much better. That was good. You had your shoulder pointed, you kept your eyes on your target. Let's do it again. Watch me. Just like that one.
The durability of the Volkswagen Passat. Pass down something he will be grateful for.
Good arm.
That's the power of German engineering.
Back to you.
Hey, wake up. Who are you? I'm you. Or the you could be. Just gotta get up, get active. I'm too tired. Then take 5-Hour Energy. You'll feel alert and energized for hours. Let's go. Maybe later.
You used to look like that.
Meet the girlfriend you could have. 5-hour energy. Be the you could be.
70-62, the score. UMass on top. Their leading scorers, the guy to the left, Chaz Williams. Let's take a look at our AT&T game summary. Steve, what stands out as far as these numbers go?
I like the fact for Duquesne that they're out-rebounding UMass. UMass not shooting as well in the second half from the three-point line. But we have a game here. That's another A-10 battle.
Yeah, Sean Johnson has 29 points. That's a career high. Johnson, if he reaches 30 points, he would be one of 5 A-10 players with 30 points or more this season. The high water mark for the year for an A-10 player is Jesse Morgan with 35. Little zone, a little alley-oop, and Williams will go to the line.
And that's the problem you have when you play zone. You have to have responsibility of boxing out the man in that zone. Good initial defense by Duquesne, but the littlest guy on the court shouldn't be getting offensive rebounds.
All right, Sean Johnson is called for the foul, and I believe that's his 4th personal foul, as Williams will go to the line. First free throw is good. A reminder, coming up next, we have more college basketball from the A-10 as St. Joseph's takes on 22nd ranked VCU in Richmond. The Rams are making their first appearance in the AP Top 25 poll this week. While the Hawks of St. Joseph's will be looking for the big upset. Tune in next to see the Hawks versus the Rams, only on CBS Sports Network. And I have to say, Steve, that at the beginning of the year, I don't think anybody would think that St. Joseph's beating VCU would be an upset.
No, and that's what I was thinking. The team that was expected to win the A-10 playing against an upstart,
and still could.
Well, now they're expected. VCU and Butler probably at the top of that list.
Yep. Only losses for VCU this year: Duke, Missouri, and Wichita State. All 3 ranked teams.
Shaka Smart doing a great job there. They play some crazy defense, and they can shoot the 3-ball too. Havoc defense.
Well, here Duquesne was down by 14 at one point. Now they're down by 9. Winters blocked away by Vincent, but with 4 on the shot clock, Duquesne will maintain possession.
And what happened there, young guys, when you get the pass, just grab it and lay it in. That time Winters dribbled the ball and lost it. You see here, the one dribble cost him an easy layup.
Well, how about off the inbounds, though? Jerry Jones was able to get the jumper from the baseline to answer for the Dukes. So 71-64 the score. UMass on top by 7. Under 5 minutes to play in the second half. Vincent.
That was set up because Freddie Riley's such a good shooter. You have to extend. So you couldn't go down and help in the lane. Freddie Riley extends the defense and throws the ball in the middle. That's where you break the zone, is getting the ball into the middle and getting it down low.
Duquesne playing without Sean Johnson, who has 4 fouls. Can somebody else take over? Oh, Chaz Williams on top of the scorer's table. What an effort.
That was a great effort.
Josh Maurer, who is the radio voice of the UMass Minutemen, stepped up out of the way at the last moment as his computer and his radio gear went all over the place.
Well, you see us. That's us in the middle. They're looking at you guys. He's a little guy, but he looked awful big when he was coming over Josh's head.
They're just trying to make sure that Chaz Williams was the last guy to touch that basketball. That's why John Cowell is taking a look at it right now. 73-64 the score. You see the 5 that are currently on the floor for UMass.
See if we're going to regain the shot clock. What happens?
Shot was blocked. Yep. And Chaz Williams hit it out of bounds.
No possession. There's no possession on that.
So it'll be 16 on the shot clock because UMass did not have possession at all to reset the shot clock.
And this is a big possession for Duquesne because UMass has taken the lead. They're up by 9. They've slowly inched that lead back close to double digits. Duquesne's got to get something offensively. UMass has stepped up the pressure in the half court.
4:23 to play here in the second half. John Cowell's going to give us. John Cowell is going to take a look at the replay one more time. He's come over to our vantage point just to make sure that there was not a change of possession. And here we go. See, the shot is blocked at that point. And the battle for the loose ball, Williams knocks it out of bounds. So they're going to keep the shot clock at 16.
We could have told them that.
They have to look for themselves, though, Steve. They believe you. They know that you're an honorable man. But I still think they needed to look at it just to assure themselves.
Nowadays, I don't think I'm going to believe anything I read or see or hear. We will not get into that, but I'm not believing anything.
Sean Johnson missed the three. It's a 9-point UMass lead.
I don't think that was the best shot you can get in that possession.
Shot clock was down to 7 when he let it go.
You still have to try to get something inside. And I think Coulter and Johnson can try to penetrate and more hold the ball down on the baseline.
Well, with the zone, Freddie Riley shoots way over top of it. His shot is off the mark, but Raphael Putney, they call him Skitty. And Skitty just slipped right through the defense to slam that baby home. Johnson, tough shot, no good. Rebound by Riley. It's an 11-point game, and Putney misses the easy, what they call a bunny, as he was cutting through the paint.
He looked really tentative on that, too.
I think he was surprised he got the ball.
Johnson's driving in there and looking for that foul, not getting it the last 2 times down. He looks like he's a little bit tired. A lot of pressure on Sean Johnson this evening, carrying the burden of the scoring.
Well, he's had that pressure all year because, with the change in the coaching staff, his senior year, he was on the doorstep of 1,000 points, reached that. Vincent, turnaround jumper. Lane with the rebound. And Vincent will clean it up.
Another offensive rebound for UMass, and it looks like Duquesne is tired. I mean, they're not as deep. Not boxing out in that 2-3 zone.
See UMass with 18 second chance points. Winners can't get the 3 to go down. Putney's had himself a pretty good last couple minutes, hasn't he?
Yeah, they've done a great job defensively, eliminating any penetration in the lane. The last 4 shots that Duquesne has taken have been either blocked or outside threes.
I was just about to say they're going to chew up some clock here, but I thought Williams might have shot. And now a timeout called by UMass. Well, Raphael Putney has been startled into action over the last 4 or 5 minutes.
I think it's frustrating when you're a coach. Derek Keller's got to look at the athleticism that Putney had on that play to the basket. And then the next play he comes down and not able to finish. So, it actually looks like Putney's hurt. I mean, to me, he doesn't look like he's as aggressive. Looks a little bit tentative.
Well, he didn't look tentative on this particular play, and this kind of woke him up, too, to get into the rebounding world, too.
Well, you see, especially when there's a long jumper, you got to go in and get that rebound. There's no box out. Putney was able to slip through there. But this is a kid that it's not from the lack of work, and he works hard. He gets here early, but they need to get that offense from him.
4 points, 5 rebounds for Putney.
He's got to be a double-figure scorer. I mean, he has to be.
Well, you see what the numbers are for the season up top, and then for tonight, Vincent with 15, Chaz Williams with a 22, Freddie Riley with 12, and they certainly needed that.
And watching Vincent, he's just one of those guys that brings his lunch pail and gets his points and his rebounds, plays defense, not flashy. I think I like him a lot more because he uses the backboard, but he's always consistent.
Shot clock at 5. Riley finds Chaz Williams for the one-handed floater, no good. Just knows where the cylinder is at all times.
Duquesne's got to get a basket, and then not able to buy one right now. That's 5 straight possessions. They're going to have to foul.
Well, they're just running out of time right now as the run for UMass is 12-2 over the last 5.5 minutes. As hot as Duquesne was during the middle part of this half, that's how cool they are here toward the end.
And what they did was when they got hot, they kept on shooting jump shots instead of trying to get inside, and now they're going to foul with 14 on the shot clock.
Yeah, they probably needed to do something a little bit more early on in that shot clock. 1:22 to play here in the second half. Time is winding down with UMass on top by 13.
I was turned in Djibouti, Africa, 2004.
The Battle of Bataan.
1942.
Fort Benning, Georgia in 1999.
USAA Auto Insurance is often handed down from generation to generation because it offers a superior level of protection and because USAA's commitment to serve the military, veterans, and their families is without equal. Begin your legacy. Get an auto insurance quote. USAA. We know what it means to serve.
We didn't always watch football at Buffalo Wild Wings.
So great to see you guys outside the office.
So you brew your own beer?
Yeah, for you, bratwurst beer, and this one's a secret. Ooh. Drink up. This one's ready in 2 minutes.
Protect the football. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
When you're a kid, you don't know much about housing markets. You don't know that home ownership builds communities. And you certainly don't know that owning a home contributes to higher self-esteem and better test scores. You just know that home is where you belong. It's where you play, grow, and learn. The National Association of Realtors wants you to know that home ownership matters to our families, our neighborhoods, and our country. Learn more at houselogic.com/home ownership.
Well, Jazz Williams and the rest of the UMass Minutemen have used a 12-2 run to kind of take control of this ball game. Williams with 22 points, 9 assists, 5 rebounds, and 4 steals. He's going to sleep well tonight.
Doesn't look like he's even tired.
Raphael Putney's picked up the pace a little bit these last couple minutes. His big slam kind of put an exclamation point on this run. Sean Johnson, he's done all he can tonight. He's got a career high 29 points. He started 10 of 12, but he's made only 1 shot in his last 7 attempts. Williams off the inbounds, and again, UMass will keep on running down the clock.
Who would you rather have the ball in their hands at the end of the game other than Chaz Williams? So quick, he can score, but he's just under control ball player.
King needs a foul at any point here as Lane has the alley-oop and the easy two-handed jam. That's going to just about do it. 1 minute to play here in the second half.
That was just a beautiful pass, an unselfish play by Vincent.
79-64. St. Joseph's and VCU coming up next. Dave Ryan and that great American Pete Gillen are waiting in the wings in Richmond. Number 22, VCU.
There's nobody better than Coach Gillen. Wherever he goes. I was watching Al McGuire the other day, and I said, it was funny. It was a great show about some of the broadcast moments, and saw him out there, and I said, Pete Gillen sounds like some of the things he said.
Well, Pete would take that as a generous compliment.
Oh, I love Pete Gillen. He's fun to listen to, and you know the great thing about it is you learn something when you're watching him.
Jazz Williams checks out as Trey Davis comes back in to run the point for UMass. Freddie Riley's still in the ball game. Also in is Izzy Freeman, the freshman from Manassas, Virginia. And Bergantino, Tyler Bergantino, number 11, is in the game for the first time. 22 seconds to play. Izzy Freeman caught in a double team. Bergantino off the glass, no good. Gets his own rebound, and he forces it back, and he's going to go to the free throw line. Well, with 9.3 to play.
You look at that team right now. UMass is so much bigger than Duquesne. I mean, they're just going over and getting the rebounds.
Well, this is what UMass has coming up. They've got George Washington this weekend when they retire Marcus Camby's number. Then Richmond after a week off at LaSalle. LaSalle's playing well. Bergantino misses his first ever college free throw.
There's no easy games. I mean, George Washington starts 4 freshmen in a transfer. Like Lonergan's got those guys playing pretty well.
We have a violation, and it's going to go against Raphael Putney. So Duquesne ball with UMass up 15. All right, they led it by 14. They let Duquesne get back within reach, but now they lead it by 15 with the waning seconds on the clock. Coulter fouled on the floor with 4.6 to play.
And it was a lot closer. This game was a lot closer than the 15 points right now.
Yeah, it's going to end on a 16-4, 5, or 6 run for UMass.
Well, I think that Duquesne was close, but they didn't exploit where UMass was having problems. They needed to get the ball inside. They started shooting a three and fell in love with it, and it hurt them.
Well, for Duquesne, they've got VCU at the Consol Center in Pittsburgh coming up on the 19th. Then St. Louis, then Dayton. That is a tough schedule coming up.
Then they have to go to Olean.
Yep, to take on St. Bonaventure. Well, that's going to do it. The final few seconds, run off the clock, and UMass has defeated Duquesne 79-66. The Minutemen improved to 12-4 and 2-1 in the Atlantic 10. Meanwhile, Duquesne, they've now lost 5 straight. They're 7-10 overall and 0-3 in the Atlantic 10. Well, pretty good home court advantage for the Minutemen. As you see, they've won 19 of the last 21 games here at the Mullins Center. Chaz Williams was a big reason why tonight for the Minutemen. Chaz Williams, 22 points, 9 assists, and 5 rebounds. Once again, the final score for the Mullins Center. It's UMass 79, Duquesne 66. For Steve Wolf and our entire crew, I'm Tom McCarthy. For scores, highlights, features, and more, go to CBSSports.com. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. A great night here at the Mullins Center. UMass wins it 79-66 over the Dukes of Duquesne. So long, everyone, from Amherst.
Ready.
Inside college basketball.
All right, getting set for the second half of our doubleheader. Shaka Smart and VCU ranked for the first time since the mid-'80s. Travion Graham averaging 15 points a game. They've won 11 straight, and they will take on St. Joseph's and Langston Galloway coming up next here on CBS Sports Network. First game of our A-10 doubleheader, of course, though, we saw UMass at home rolling past Duquesne, 79-66. Adam Zucker here along with Mateen Cleaves, Ala Abdelnaby, and Gary Parrish. And it's